I am not a hardcore Honkai Star Rail player, but I play enough. I think I have some unique takes. Why not? ZZZ player tiers Honkai Star Rail. Very similar to the ZZZ one. It's not just going to be how characters perform at E0 S1. It's going to be a bit of, hey, this character is really good at Eidolons. Hey, this character is really bad without Eidolons. Hey, this character has a free-to-play cone. You get the idea. So, let's start. Should we explain the mechanics? I guess we should explain the mechanics. Okay, so every team in Honkai Star Rail is 3 harmonies and a DPS. And by harmonies, I mean supports. They don't have to specifically be harmony. Much like ZZZ, every team is 2 supports and a DPS. The best sustain characters are the ones that have support utility. And reminder, damage is a support utility, and that will come up, and it will be important. What makes characters good in this game? Having really high numbers. Doing lots of things is not good enough compared to doing one thing really well. In fact, most characters only do one thing really well. People ask me all the time, how do you top up in all of these games? I have an answer for you. This is Eneba. Eneba is a safe, 100% Hoyo compliant top-up service for basically any gacha game you want. Eneba has all kinds of games, not just gacha, but gacha especially. It's Endless Zone Zero, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail. Here, let me show you how it works. You go into a game, we're gonna pick how much we want to top up, we're gonna make sure server and the user ID match correctly, and that's it. If you happen to live in Indonesia or have family there, prices can be a lot cheaper too. And get 10% cash back on top of discounted prices. Really, there's no reason not to use Eneba if you play these games. Be smart, use Eneba. Now we're doing DPSs. We're starting with DPSs. Take 2, reset. Let's talk about game mechanics. Okay, this is Acheron. She is the DPS for her own archetype that has no support. Acheron entirely lives on an island by herself and does not do anything with that island. I don't know what else to tell you. This character has been given out for free. She badly needs a Nova Flare. She badly needs her own supports. She badly needs a Nihility who is a healer. Release the Acheron files. I mean, I guess it's all right if you have E2 Silverwolf and maybe E2 Cypher. Sure. She just doesn't really do anything anymore. It's not that they haven't released Nihilities. They just haven't released the right ones, essentially. It's kind of, yeah, she's kind of Eula. Yeah. So let's actually explain Acheron. She does not use energy for her ult. Energy is what funds ultimates for most characters in this game. You get energy from being hit and using your attacks. That is not true for Acheron. Acheron instead generates her ultimate by having debuffs be applied to enemies. One time per turn. Up to 9, and she can hold 3 extra. Is it 9 or 8? I think it's 9. Yes, Acheron's best team right now is riding along with Kafka and Hysilins? Yes. Riding along with Kafka and Hysilins. It's time to put the Acheron in the bag. Put Acheron on the bench. I'm sorry. I know you all love Raiden. Did you know this character is Raiden, by the way? Yes, that one. Raiden Shogun. Uso no Hitotachi. Cringe. The funny thing about this character is her name is a Spider-Verse reference. She's Raiden B. May, like Peter B. Parker from Across the Spider-Verse. That's the whole joke. That's the reference. Beast. I should correct myself. Once per action is not the same as once per turn. It is once per action. It stands for Bozamori. Yes, I know. But the reason it's B is she's Raiden B. May. That's the reference. As opposed to Raiden A or Raiden May. This is Anaxa. Anaxa's actually really good. I'm not going to put Anaxa in the top tier. I know. I know people love their Anaxa Zero Cycles. They will tell me all day, Anaxa, so good. Look at this low-cost Zero Cycle with E2 Cyrene. Great. Thanks. That's not applicable to most players. Boy, it's fine. He's still really good. I do think Anaxa is the best Erudition character. What is Erudition? Erudition is a path for characters. Essentially, it's the way that they do their damage. Erudition is the AoE specialized path. The not Cyrene E2. Am I thinking of the wrong character? Yeah, whatever. For Lygus, okay. 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 You can do a 0 cycle bat. Doesn't matter. It's not the be-all end-all for what makes a character good in this game. Anyway, I was spinning Erudition. Erudition is the AoE path. What does AoE mean? It means that you only do damage when there are 5 enemies on the screen, otherwise you do no damage. Except, Anaxa bucks this trend by always doing the same amount of damage. He's actually worse the more enemies there are. And that's what makes him so good. They solved Erudition by making an Erudition character actually do their damage at all times. Because that's the fundamental problem with 5 target AoE and relying on 5 target AoE. You simply do not do damage when there are not 5 targets. Anaxa, problem solved. Let's go! He's built diff. Spoiler, every Erudition character will be very low on this list. Erudition is unironically a bad path. I mean it. I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm an Erudition hater. Dedicated hater. Why do they not do damage? Speaking of not do damage, this is Argenti. He's another Erudition character. This guy's debatably the worst character in the game. Not even a lie. The best thing you can do with him is put him on a 3-star light cone and make him support the Hera, who is also not a great DPS. That's actually the best thing you could possibly do with him. He's such a brick. He's got a unique mechanic where he has 2 ultimates. If you double charge his energy, you get a small ult and a big ult. It's not a good mechanic. They've done this mechanic so much better with other characters. He's pretty. Argenti is unironically, debatably the worst DPS in the game. I would argue he is. Who else would anyone contend with him? Not really. Yeah. Rappa 0 cost 8 cycles. Nice. Rappa's nice, Prastel. Nice. Yeah, he's going to standard. Allegedly, he's going to standard. Aglaea is my remembrance character of choice. That is a hot take. It's a very hot take. But what can I say? Chat gaslit me into pulling Sunday and convincing me that Sunday would be good in the next year. Must support every remembrance character. You gotta pull Sunday. Sunday T0. Sunday better than E6 Sparkle at E0. None of this was true. It was all a lie. It was all bait. And I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. But anyway, I pulled Aglaea because she was good with Sunday. The Sunday that I pulled because of you people. She's like a ramp up DPS. Her first cycle damage is low. Thankfully, it's not a long ramp up. Oh, we should probably explain Remembrance. Remembrance means that the character has a summon. Aglaea's summon is named the Garment Maker. It's a mannequin that she dances with to do damage. She's like a seamstress, but she's blind. That's the twist. That's the hook. What do I have to say about Aglaea? Also, I need the... what do I have to say about Aglaea otherwise? Her damage is still fine? It's like... I mean, it's alright. Aglaea is not necessarily bad right now, but she's maybe not the most impressive character. For reference, I have a bit of support eidolons. My Aglaea can still 0 cycle topside of Mock, so that's nice. I think we're gonna go investigated fraud though. I think we're gonna go investigated fraud for Aglaea. I think she's safe there for now. As much as I would like to put her up with Anaxa, I don't think I will. I would like to, but I don't think I will. He is an E1 merchant. Good thing I got 2 in 1 temple. No, he wouldn't. Archer. Wait. No, it's Ashvale. Oh, Ashvale. Ashvale's actually really good. He's been nerfed. He's been nerfed a couple times. He got nerfed really hard. He's still pretty good as a DPS. I think he's a soon-to-be fraud. Maybe there's an argument for investigated, but I don't think so. I think he's still pretty good. I think the nerfs, he's still quite good. We're gonna... There. We're actually gonna put him above an Anaxa. I feel confident about that. Archer. Archer used to be the top 1 DPS in the game, and he was free. Yeah, that's right. The free characters that they give out in Honkai Star Rail, 1 are all men. 2 are all, at the time, the best DPS in the game. I'd love to put him at Not Yet Fraud. He did get buffed.
Ow.
I'd love to put him on Not Yet Fraud. He did get buffed by Sparkle Nova Flare. The gimmick for Archer is he is a hunt character. Hunt just means you do single target damage, which means good things. It means you just do a lot of damage, and you always do a lot of damage. He's been buffed. Well, let me explain the gimmick. You do single target damage, you always do a lot of damage. His core gimmick is that he consumes 2 skill points per attack, and he can attack up to 5 times in a row per turn. He got buffed by Sparkle being buffed and Sparkle being free. So now you have a free team. You have free DPS, free support, free sustain. You just need one other support. If you are Mr. Cost Bat 5000, because Archer is free, his light cone was free, his best support is free, you can cram so many Eidolons into this man. You can cost scam all day. I think just because he is so free, I'm gonna keep him on the top tier. Oh yeah, and Robin is free next update. That's right! Robin is gonna be free soon. Lycon was free if you pulled. That being said, if you are logging into Star Rail and did not get the free Archer, you should not pull Archer. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. You should not pull Archer. But yeah, I'm gonna keep him up here. You know what? Yeah, I feel good about this. The Sparkle Nova Flare was really good. And it's just a free team. It's just a free team. Nothing wrong with it. You would never not... Okay, currently, you would never not recommend playing free Archer unless you pull Elation. Because when you pull the Elation team, you can no longer build an Archer team because the key support is spoken for, and that makes Archer entirely unplayable. Just entirely unplayable. Is Arlan even a DPS? Do we need to rank the literal Who 4 stars? This is Arlan. He's the only dark-skinned character in the game. He's also the worst 4-star in the game. Hoyoverse are not beating the racist allegations with this character. His abilities are all slavery themed. Very problematic character. I don't know why, but they did this to themselves. So yeah, that's Arlan. Okay, Dot is kind of weird. Yeah, this is Black Swan. Dot is its own archetype. Black Swan just got buffed. Now, the thing about Dot is that the team is one collective unit. You can try to argue who the DPS is. I'm going to advocate for the face of the team being the DPS and the other two being supports. But objectively, Kafka is the support and Black Swan and Hycelins are the DPSs. But we're going to look at it the other way, just because I think it makes a little bit more sense logistically for a tier list, where it's the Kafka team. It's not the Black Swan team. It's the Kafka team. Wake up, sheeple. So yes, we're going to rank Kafka in the DPS one, and we're going to put Black Swan and Hycelins on this. Be mad in the comments. This is Fortnite lady. This is Kafka. Look at her do the funny dances. She's definitely a soon-to-be fraud. Happens to be quite good. She's probably going to get another buff with the next round of Nova Flares as well. You think she should be Not Yet Fraud. Kafka was given out for free this update as well. So you had to choose between free Sparkle or free Kafka. I think free Sparkle is just a better deal. That's really good. That's in the best place it's ever been. Yes, Kafka from Fortnite is in the best place she's ever been. This is as good as Dot will probably ever be, with post Nova Flare Kafka, post Nova Flare Black Swan, Hycelins, and they're probably going to get another buff from a Nova Flared support / sustain. Whether that be Nova Flare Jiao Chu or Nova Flare Huo Huo, it's technically going to be a buff for Dot. Also, where is the Nihility Healer? Nihility Healer could also be a Dot team buff. I do think Kafka from Fortnite is as good as Archer. I'll say it. I do think the Kafka from Fortnite team is as good as Archer. So the downside is that she just isn't free. Are people going to be upset if I have Kafka from Fortnite above Anaxa and Ashvale? Would people be upset? You have to pull a lot. It's a very expensive team. It's not a literal free team like Archer. We're gonna put Kafka for Fortnite is not a fraud yet. I do think this is her height. This is the height of her powers. Next patch, she might be assumed to be fraud. For now, I think she's chilling with it. I do think she's chilling with it. She's getting jiggy. Look at her do look at her hit the gritty. Look at her do funny Fortnite dances. Speaking of Fortnite, this is the other Fortnite main character, Blade. You should never play Blade. Oh my god. This guy got buffed, and he's still terrible. They buffed this guy. He's been Nova flared. Blade is a destruction character, which means he has HP and damage mechanics, except that isn't true for all destruction characters. The theming is not consistent. But TLDR, Blade is an HP scaling character. He is better than Acheron. Yes. He's maybe better than Jingliu. I don't think so. But he's maybe better than Jingliu. His gimmick is that he builds up a counter the more times he gets hit or takes damage, and then unleashes a big follow-up attack that does AoE damage. He also does not consume skill points, which isn't really useful anymore. Back in the day, it used to be really cool. Played as this game Xiao. He's never been good, but people have always liked him enough to cope. Even today, people still like him enough to cope. He's literally Xiao. He's wind. It's kind of short, pretty edgy. It's just bad. It's just... I'm sorry. He's just bad. Jing Yuan. Jing Yuan also better than Acheron, by the way. Demand Blade 1 tier up. We'll see. Okay, you know, here's a... Okay. Let's discuss this. Is Blade better than Boothill? Let's have this discussion. Is Blade better than Boothill? Is Boothill a proven fraud? Boothill is the single target break DPS. What is break? Break is kind of like stun from Zenless, except they never actually fleshed out the mechanic and then replaced it with a new mechanic called super break, which is just you do a lot of damage that can't crit, essentially. Some hits do more damage than others, depending on what position the break bar is at, but it doesn't matter anymore because of Dahlia's super break. So, therefore, he just does non-crit damage like Dot. So, is Boothill a proven fraud or a fraud? I want to say proven fraud. I don't think Boothill is good enough to be fraud. That is my personal opinion, though. Boothill is a character that I did not pull. He can clear content, but he is just worse than Firefly. Like, let's not get this twisted. He is just worse than Firefly. He's better than a proven fraud. There's no one else in the proven fraud tier. How would you even know that? How would you even know what a proven fraud looks like? Not that bad. Okay, you know what? We'll go fraud. We'll go fraud. I'll give it to you. We can move up Blade too. Fine. 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 Okay. Clara. Clara's a standard better character. Clara better than Acheron? No. But it is funny to cope. Clara is another destruction character. Her gimmick is that she does counters. There is a limited version of Clara with a different name, who we'll talk about later. So, moving on. Is better than Acheron. Okay. Okay. This is Donheng Imbiber Lune, or Dilf. He's a destruction character with an SP gimmick. You know, this character was the original must pull E2. He's so good at E2. Everyone, pull E2. He's not good even with his E2. He's not good even with his E2. I'm sorry. He belongs in the bottom. This character will probably get a Nova Flare. Most likely he'll get one. They did release another Donheng. Dongheng Permasaur Terai. Dinoheng. I assume if he gets a Nova Flare, he'll get the Currency Wars kit, where he can consume as many skill points as you want, instead of having a limit. That would be nice, and just doing more damage. That would be nice. This guy needs a haircut. Okay. This is Castras. That's not... This is Castras. Castras is objectively very good. I do not enjoy Castras. Castras, the character that I personally do not enjoy. She's so boring. The animations are so long. They're so boring. She does them so many times. You don't know the definition of madness until you see the vomit dragon 7 times in a cycle for multiple cycles in a row. Oh my God. Castras. Objectively, Castras is arguably one of the best DPSs in the game. Maybe arguably the best. The animations are so long. She's mind-numbingly boring. Sparksy is funny. Castras is just lame. It takes 18 seconds per dragon attack on fast forward. Is it 8 or 18? Wait, now I don't remember. Either 8 or 18. It's very long. I think it's 8. It's definitely not 18. It's 8. It takes 18. It takes 8 seconds per dragon attack on fast forward. Does not respect your time. And she's not even funny. She doesn't even have Riz. Everyone thought Castras. Oh my God, this is your wife. This is your waifu. Why does she look like that? What's her face? Why does she look like that? I thought this character was supposed to be cool. Bruh. Yo, I was originally going to pull E2 Castras, but then I played her and I decided to bail. So I got so sick of seeing the vomit dragon. This was the patch she released in, by the way, that I got sick of. This is so many times. It's so boring. Also, a 5-target AoE. Gross. She's actually not that 5-target AoE heavy. She has bounce damage on the dragon explosion. Single target damage, essentially. So it's not that big of a deal, but whatever. Is it 10? Yeah, it's very long. It's literally who, doesn't matter. This is Dr. Ratio. You know, Dr. Ratio was the top 1 DPS in the game when he released. And he was given out for free. People did not respect Dr. Ratio. He never got the glaze he deserved, so I'm giving it to him now. He was not a fraud. He used to be top 1 DPS, and no one acknowledged him because he is male. And they all wanted to play Seela instead. That being said, Dr. Ratio is not good right now. He is long since power creeped. He actually got power crept within the year he released by a strictly better character who made the entire team deal more damage. But for what it's worth, I want to give him the glaze he never got. This guy used to be king, and no one acknowledged him. He was so good. Oh well, moving on. We got memes. He does have good memes. Where's the dancing bathtub? Yeah. He got directly power crept. Like, we joke about power creep. This is like Alice to Jane. They replaced him with a strictly better character in the exact same role in the exact same team. This is Evernight, March the 8th, your goth girlfriend. She's really good. She is the Eidolon merchant, the one, the only, the current Eidolon merchant. Everyone will tell you, Evernight E2, 900% DPS increase. Whoa, whoa. E2 Evernight must fall. Do not fall for the bait. By the time she's rerun, and she just reran, it will be not very good within a couple months. Do not worry if you did not pull Evernight E2. I didn't even pull her light cone, and she sucks without her light cone. She doesn't actually, but she's not exactly that great without her light cone. She is better than Castras. She's definitely better than Castras. The animations are also shorter. 5-target AoE, it's not that offensive. She's quite good anyway. I think she's a soon-to-be fraud. You can definitely argue that she's better than Archer and Dot. You definitely make the argument. Especially because, yes, if you are Mr. Matua, Mr. Chaos Matua, you are pulling Evernight. You did pull Evernight. I'm going to insert the rant from our last ZZZ tier list by telling a story. I was expressing to chat, hey, my Castras does not feel very fun. It doesn't feel great. I don't really care for it. For reference, my Castras team is Castras E1S1, Evernight E0S0, Cyrene E0S0, Hiasin E0S1. And I expressed, hey, I'm not really happy with my Castras team. It's not performing as well as I would like it to. And chat comes in and says, well, your problem is that you're playing Castras. You were supposed to pull E2S1 Evernight instead of Castras, and you'd be doing much better. How do I unpull Castras? She released first. It doesn't work that way. You can't say you should have pulled Eidolons on the Castras support because she's better than Castras. Like, what? Huh? Doesn't she released first? She released much earlier. It wasn't even just 1 or 2 updates. It was a full 6 months. It was over 6 months, actually. I was flabbergasted that this would even be a suggestion. Yes, they are correct. You should not pull Castras. You should instead pull new characters. But if you had already pulled Castras on her first banner, it doesn't work that way. You can't just do that. We don't play on a private server. Huh? That's why Evernight bet is funny. That's the story all about how my life got flipped turned upside down. Anyway, Evernight is actually still quite good. But you can't unpull Castras to invest more into Evernight. So it's kind of irrelevant. She's also an Evernight support, not an Evernight support. She's also a Castras support. She's part of the Mono Remembrance team. Oh yeah, she's Remembrance, by the way. Not like it really matters. You know what? I'm gonna be spiteful, soon to be fraud. Frick the Eidolon batting crowd. Get wajajad. I don't pull every character in this game. I'm not pulling for Ashvale. I was never going to pull for Ashvale. Fei Xiao. This used to be my favorite character to play in Honkai Star Rail. When Fei Xiao does a lot of damage, she feels so fun. She's so fun. The problem is you have to do... It's so hard to get that damage now. It's so hard now. It's borderline not worth it. Fraud. Love Boothill. Oh, hi! Yeah, this is the character who is strictly better Doctor Ratio, by the way. This is Fei Xiao. Her gimmick is she's a hunt. Follow-up attack DPS. Just follow-up attacks. She gets ult charges from teammate attacks, and it's a half charge per attack at E0 and a full charge per follow-up at E2. Fei Xiao, 100% was the best DPS, period, for the entire year that she released. Acheron, always a fraud. Fei Xiao literally did double her damage. I think it was more than double her damage. That was really, really good when she released. Unfortunately, we're not there anymore. It was like 3x. Yeah. It was like, yeah. I don't think it was 3x, but yeah, very good. Fei Xiao, very, very, very good. She's not that great anymore. They keep trying to give her supports in the form of Cypher and Ashvale. These characters are not really successful. Yeah, these characters are not really successful. It's a bit unfortunate that Fei Xiao is kind of just dying. She's basically dying. She's dripped out. She's got Riz. This girl's got Riz. Have you seen her? Have you seen her beat up the punching bag on that light cone? Oh, Yuan. Yeah, Fei Xiao, super attractive character. Super great character. What else do I have to say? She fell off. She fell off. I'm sorry. I wish she was still great. She's just kind of not. Firefly. Firefly is getting Nova Flared very soon. Firefly does not need a Nova Flare. I do not you know what? I'll move Evernight up. Firefly does not need a Nova Flare. The problem with Firefly is her team so expensive and none of them have been given out for free besides Ruan Mei. You have to pull quite a lot for Firefly. You have to pull Fugue. You have to pull Dahlia. And these are characters that are straight up useless without Firefly, more or less. Lingsha is not necessary. You can use Gallagher. You can play Sustainless. I happen to really like Lingsha. Lingsha, top 5 hottest characters in the game. Top 5 hottest characters in the game. Firefly will be replaced by Himiko Elation. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Baseline. Oh yeah, I should mention. Will not be Elation. Are we sure about that? Anyway, Firefly. They're gonna release Propagation Firefly next year, so don't pull Firefly on rerun. True. Also, they might power creep Firefly just because of that. Clearly want to release Propagation Firefly with her Evangelion plug suit. What else do I have to say about Firefly? It's also maybe why they're rushing the Nova Flare. That's probably why they're rushing the Nova Flare out. Where were we? Oh yeah, I was explaining Eidolons. Firefly at E0, her team can really struggle with skill points, and it's kind of a big issue. Firefly is your girlfriend, though. People pull a lot of Eidolons for Firefly, including me. I have E2. Yeah, that's right. Come at me, bro. We're up. Maybe not yet. Fraud is optimistic. You know what? Not yet. Fraud is pretty optimistic. We'll see how good the Nova Flare is. Maybe because of the Nova Flare, I'll keep her up here. She's straight up unplayable without Dahlia. 100%. She's unplayable without Dahlia. Counter argument. Castras is unplayable without Hiasin. Evernight is unplayable without Cyrene and Hiasin. I think. I'm pretty sure. I think Hiasin is a better character than Dahlia. I'm gonna move Firefly down. It's RMC. You don't need his healer for... Does Evernight play Stainless? I don't remember. One, yeah. You do need Cyrene RMC. No. It runs the Stainless? Okay. This tier list is rage bait because Acheron is on the bottom tier? Excuse me? What? Have you seen Acheron? But look, I understand people really love their Raidens. She's like a blanket. I get it. This is not cope. This is not rage bait. I'm being rage baited by this comment implying that it's rage bait. Yes, I did get one guide. AMA. Next DPS. Monoquantum. Does Himiko count as a DPS? She's a break DPS? Yeah, Himiko's a break DPS. On E6 and Claire. Whoa. Whoa. That's crazy. I wanted to have Blade on the bottom tier. Chad argued with me. I wanted to put Blade on the bottom tier. For the record, I wanted Blade to be on the bottom tier. It's actually all right. I'm still going to put her on the bottom tier. She's actually all right. You need the cost back. You need Dahlia Eidolons, you know. Where's the next one? Hycillans I already addressed. Hiasin. This is Hiasin. Hiasin is better than almost every DPS. Almost every older DPS. Hiasin is this game's remembrance healer. She consumes skill points. So she's not useful in every team. But she literally does more damage than most of the DPSs in the game, including Acheron. I am comfortable ranking Hiasin as a proven fraud as a DPS. I'm 100% comfortable doing it. Should you play DPS Hiasin? No. But she will be much higher on the support tier list. But I'm ranking her as a DPS because I can. Fight me. Hiasin is the benchmark for proven fraud. If you are a better DPS than Hiasin, you can go into the fraud tier. This is the gatekeeper. 100% this is the gatekeeper. I don't know. She's a 4-star. I don't know. Jade, not really playable as a DPS. Maybe it was when she released. Not really anymore. Jingliu. Yes, I am a Jingliu coper. I do think she is better than Blade. Jingliu has the most nonsensical Nova Flare I've ever seen. They changed her scaling from attack scaling to HP scaling, replacing all of her gear, her entire team, and anything you could have possibly done with her. This is the worst way you could ever buff a character in this game. In any game. Why would you brick everyone's gear and pulls? Why would you do that? It's insane. It's an insane thing to do. It's something they should never do. Jingliu needs another Nova Flare so they can fix this. They turned her into Blade. They made Blade 2 with Jingliu. Both of them are Hiasin slaves. Her new best light cone is My Days. Why did they do this? I was so excited for the idea of Jingliu getting a buff, Nova Flare. She was one of the first ones. And they just made this insane choice. I don't understand why they would do that. It's bizarre. It's such a bizarre choice. To the point that I actually hope they undo it. But I am a coper. I do think she's better than Blade. It's debatable, but I'm a coper. Turn it off. They should have just not changed her entire kit. Kafka, yeah, you had to switch to Eagle and before the tutorial mission starts. Her kit's the same. She's just better at doing it. And the characters that she's supporting are stronger. So more support gearing is better. Jingliu they just replaced with a different character, which is just an insane choice. Do I rank Lingsha as a DPS? No. It was funny. It was funny for a time. It's kind of over. This is Jing Yuan, the Simp's character of choice. The Simp's character of choice. I think he's like here. I think he's... this is that guy who gets buffed every year and then still isn't good. He is him. He hasn't been buffed this year. He's an Erudition character, so you know he's terrible. Wait, he is getting buffed this year. Sunday's getting buffed. All right, he's here. Sunday's getting a Nova Flare. He's moved up one slot. I would have said Acheron's better because Acheron did get new supports, but you know, I still might. I think I will. I will say Acheron is better. He was better than Acheron when Sunday released because they hadn't released Cypher or Nova Flare Silverwolf. But now that they have, I am comfortable putting Acheron above him again. Yeah, Jing Yuan, he's very funny. He's the Husbando Stand's character of choice. He's the Coper's character of choice. He's very lore important. He's also a second half of 1.0 5-star. For the longest time, he was mocked because of his core mechanic, our General, or Lightning Lord, being a summon that you could not control the speed of. So it would attack after the clear had ended because you ran out of cycles. He truly was on the unreachable side. And for the longest time, that was the joke about Jing Yuan, that he literally couldn't even do his damage because the game would end before he could do it because he took so long to clear. They buffed him with Sunday, who advances summons with the character. So Lightning Lord attacks as frequently as Jing Yuan now. So that's good. So he's not unplayable mechanically. No. No. 5 target AoE? More like doesn't actually do damage. Stop coping. Who else we got? Oh, it's my day? Oh, it's my day. Yeah, it's my day. This is the other Coper's character of choice. One of the regulars on my Discord really loves My Day and will actually square up with people. He is HSR Fawcett's favorite. I don't have a very high opinion of My Day. I'm sorry. I don't have a very high opinion of My Day. I understand Cyrene is very good for him. I understand that he's actually better than you think, actually. I know. I don't think he's better than Aglaea. I think he's a fraud. Is this a hot take? Or a contentious take? Maybe. It's maybe a contentious take. The JSM HSR Fawcett panel will not appreciate this take. They will tell you, actually, My Day belongs up there. At least one tier up. And I think they can agree to that. No. I don't think so. I don't think so. He should be Aglaea tier. Fine. Fine. I'll put him on the same tier. Fine. Fine. We'll do it. Okay, who's next? Oh my god. It's Pieface. Phon? I actually do have a hot take. Phon is soon to be a brick at E0. Power creep has screwed this character over in ways you would not believe. His E2 is very good. He's one of those characters with a very, very good E2. If your Phon is E2, 100% is like top 1 DPS. I think at E0, Phon is already a bit of a struggle boss. And I don't know how to address it. The gimmick for Phon is he kicks all of your teammates out of the squad and takes all the turns for himself, essentially. That's the gimmick. That also means that he is the most personal damage dependent character in the game. He's very dependent on just doing a lot of damage himself and getting a lot of buffs from his supports. Thankfully, besides one, his supports are super generic and you're probably going to have them. And if you are having problems surviving, they did give everyone the free Heng. Heng, very good with Phon. Also makes Sunday a better support for Phon. Sunday is already a good support for Phon. He did get buffed by the Sparkle buff. I don't know if I can keep him at the top in good consciousness. I don't know how good of an idea it is. I really don't know how good of an idea it is to keep him up there. There's arguments for it, which is he's especially good at E2. I just think he struggles at E0 a lot. Maybe more than he should. Probably more than he should. Lots of people pulled E2. Lots of people did pull E2, much like Firefly. And Firefly is kind of getting a boost from that. His E2 is much better than Firefly's E2. It's much better. If I have Castras there, Phon should be there. Sure, we'll go with it. Yeah, we'll go with it. Archer level. The thing about Archer is so much of his team is free that he's getting a lot of brownie points just from that. It's not even necessarily that Archer himself is all that at E0 with E0 teammates, because he's not. It's just that the entire team is free. How could you say bad things about Archer? Like, what are you, an asshole? Do you hate free stuff? Like, I don't really... It's very hard to dunk on Archer because of this. It's... Rappa. Oh my god. Wait. Why are we talking about this character so late? It's Rappa. She should have been with the C characters. Bruh. Proven fraud. At best. maybe long since proven fraud. Maybe. 5-target AoE? Break. Oh my god. Wait, what's with all these red lights? What's with all the red flags? What's going on here? Good in Piff? That's another red flag. Okay. When anyone ever tells you a character is good because they are good in Piff, that is code for this character is actually bad. Everyone is good at Piff. Piff is not a serious endgame mode that people care about. Rappa's in the bottom. I'm sorry, Rappa. But Rappa actually was pretty good when she released, believe it or not. Now, if you saw the last ZZZ tier list, I'm going to hit you with a very similar argument. Firefly is your girlfriend. Everyone pulled Firefly. Why on earth would people pull another break DPS who uses the same teammates who, well, these ones were better than Firefly. People are emotionally invested in Firefly. I don't really know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Asking people to pull for a second or a third break DPS is an insane concept. Especially if people pulled Eidolons in Firefly. It's just an insane thing to ask of people, even if they were better at the time. They aren't now. And it's kind of a problem. Yeah, it's very similar to the Rupture situation. Except the difference is that Firefly and Boothill were... not Firefly. Rappa and Boothill were actually better than Firefly. It's true that they were. The problem is just that, who cares? I pulled Firefly. You cannot ask me to pull another break DPS in the same year. If I'm pulling a DPS for an archetype, don't ask me to pull another DPS for that same archetype that replaces my current character in the same year. If they replace Sparksy for Elation, I don't give a shit. I'm going to keep playing Sparksy. This is exactly what I mean. It doesn't matter. People play what they have. This is the biggest problem with Rappa and Boothill. I do think Boothill has held up a bit better. Rappa, kind of grief, but believe it or not, Rappa's not terrible. I know she's on the bottom tier, but believe it or not, she's not irredeemably bad. Boothill did not release before Firefly. Did he? Wait, did he? Wait, what is the release order for this game? Now I'm not sure. He did? Whoa. Whoa. That's crazy. Doesn't matter. That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy. Everyone collectively forgot. Okay, I'm sorry, Bronya. He did. Prastel is correct. Who's next? Saber. What do I have to say about Saber? E6. Yes, Saber is the only E6 baseline character in the game. The funny thing about Saber is her numbers are not good. Just straight up. She is a new character. She released in 2025. She's built like a 2024 character, which is strange. It's very strange that she released the way that she did. She released with Archer at the same time. Archer was free. You had to pull for Saber. If you look at the base stats and trace values for Saber and Archer and light cone stats, Saber and Archer both have stats from characters released in 2.x, not 3.x when they released. So Saber was definitely intended to release earlier, or was tuned earlier. Archer was just dumb shit broken, I guess. It's weird. She's just not tuned correctly. Her numbers are just low. Her kit is fine, but her numbers are just low. It's really bizarre that they're so low. Base stats are kind of irrelevant, sort of, but your trace values do matter, like your actual skill values. I wish I understood what was going on with Saber to release the way that she did. Also, 5-target AoE Lamau. Who's next? Oh my god. It's the tryhard's former character of choice. It's Seela. Okay, let's tell you a story all about how I quit Honkai Star Rail during 1.0 and came back in 1.4. Seela was the struggle bus character incarnate. And everyone would keep telling me it's a skill issue. You didn't hit the exact thresholds to one-shot a mob to clear with Seela? Damn, that's a you problem. And oh my god, it drove me up a wall. I got so frustrated. These days, what do I have to say about Seela? You know what? I do think Saber is better than Blade. Moving Blade down. Moving Jingliu down too. Anyway, Seela. She's got a super cool kit where she does extra damage and gets another turn after she kills an enemy. The problem is she has to kill an enemy. She's also the 1.0 first half limited character, so she was very popular. She's also a Honkai Impact third character. This is a honker. Honk. Now, it's so hard to kill an enemy in this game with Seela. You have to cram so many support eidolons down her throat, and even then, she still might not. I do not know what else to say. Seela is currently not good. Seela used to be arguably very good for like all of year one. You can argue she was the best 1.x DPS, and she was the first one they released, which is cool. It can be such a struggle, though. Oh my god, it was so frustrating at the time. It was so frustrating. You would believe it. This is exactly what the experience of playing Seela is like now. She's gonna get a Nova Flare. She'll get buffed. You can lose 50-50s to Seela. Her eidolons are not good. It does not matter. She had her own team archetype called Monoquantum, or Monoquasso, which was Swan, Silverwolf, Sparkle, and Seela. Mind you, Sparkle did not release until 2.0. So it was actually Fushuan, Silverwolf, and Bronya. And Lynx was better than Fushuan. True. No, I never got baited for Fushuan. Fushuan is not a character I pulled. I used Lynx. Lynx, my goat. Anyway, I think Seela is worse than Jing Yuan. I think he's worse than Dr. Ratio 2 right now. It was monocope. But the whole thing, Silverwolf, guaranteed quantum implant. It was gonna be so cool. Silverwolf, fundamentally broken. Monoquantum, fundamentally broken. Play on any enemy, implant weakness, win. Trust. Silverwolf is the Kazuha of Honkai Star Rail. She's definitely not the Venti. Trust. We'll talk about Silverwolf later. Oh my god. Anyway, Silverwolf, Lamau. Welt? Who cares? Wait, we're up to Sparksy. Wow. Brand new character, Sparksy. Sparksy is technically not a DPS. She's technically a support, or technically will be a support. I don't know, top tier. Sugar on top. Pop pop. Party don't stop. She's an elation character. She's brand new team, elation, brand new path. The gimmick is that they summon Aha to do elation instant skills, which has a speed stat derived from the speed of your characters. Currently, the only way to make Aha attack twice per cycle is to have Sparksy at over 134 speed and Yao Guang at over 200 speed, or 200 speed on the dot. That's very difficult to do. It's technically possible. It's very difficult to do. It will get easier when they release a third elation character, because then 2 Aha attacks per turn will be almost guaranteed, and you're unlikely to get 3. Sparksy also has animations that make me smile, because they're so funny. Gets railed, explodes. My Sparksy impression. I'm not doing this. It's funny, it makes me laugh. She's either going to get replaced, or she's going to be a support for a DPS. She's not really a DPS. It's fine. We can pretend she is one, and whatever. Elation's brand new. It's going to be good for quite a while. Sparksy at top. It's fine. Yeah. She's probably not going to stay there. It's fine. Who's left? Oh, the Hera. Fraud. Fight me. Hera is not like other Erudition characters. 1, she requires a second Erudition character. 2, she doesn't do Erudition 5-target AoE. She does do 5-target AoE, but it's 5-target AoE blast, which is a unique mechanic. Her best support is Anaxa, who's better without Hera. She's great in pure fiction. True. She's great in pure fiction. What else do I have to say about Hera? She released in 3.0. If you kept pulling her party members, she was surviving by the end of 3.x. If you want to fight, challenge me on this one, type out the argument. I'd like to hear it. She got out E2 merchanted. Everyone's an E2 merchant. Fell for it again award. If you keep pulling, you can't. Okay. Here's the thing about the E2 merchant philosophy. There's a new E2 merchant every 3 months. The Hera, Castras, Phon, Cyrene. We're all 3 months apart. If you're pulling in E2 every 3 months, that's insane. That's so many pulls. That's a character every month. Literally, because an E2 is 3. You've got to pull the light cone too. And then you can include Evernight, and it's even more often. But you got to pick one. You got to pick one and stick with it. You can't pull them all. I'm sorry, you can't pull them all. Half, it's actually more than half, Prastel. You're wrong, it's more than half. It's 4 pulls versus an extra 3. Well, no, 4 pulls versus 8 pulls. No, you're right, it's half. No, you're right. I'm wrong. Oh, yes, you could argue for the Hera to be similar to Aglaea. You absolutely can. You can. You definitely can. I'm actually going to put her above Face Show. I think we're going to go with that, though. That's what I'm comfortable with. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I reserve the right to move the Hera up 1 tier. Okay, here's the question. Is My Day better than the Hera? Discuss. Discuss, chat. Is My Day better than the Hera? Chat says yes. He has bigger packs. Does he, though? My Day doesn't have nipples. He really is Gilgamesh. He doesn't even have nipples. Endless gives shirtless characters nipples. What's Star Rail's excuse? Why is my phone ringing? I'm getting a call. Okay. I got a call. They were telling me, no. Hera is not better than My Day. So therefore, fraud! Fraud. Tribby is the GOAT. Tribby is my GOAT. My E1 GOAT. Was it Hera? No, it was My Day. I got a call from My Day. Is that it? No, it's still not it. No, it isn't. We did it! We made it through all the DPSs. The last one is Homchat. Homchat. Hello, Homchat. Does Homchat belong here or here? Scott, where does Homchat belong? Yes, Homchat might be imprisoned. Proven. You are allegedly going to be able to lose your 50/50s to Homchat soon, which is neat. Yeah, I like Homchat. We'll go fraud. I do like Homchat. Homchat used to be a homie. All right. Can I post this in Faucet? Yeah, we can. All right, HSR Faucet at Rock on this Rage Bait. Is it? Well, boom. Why is Rappa above Acheron? I forget Xing Shui. Yes, I forgot Xing Shui and what's his name? Misha. Whatever. Whatever. Okay, support time. Yan Qing. Oh, I forgot about him. I literally forgot about Yan King. Oh my god, I forgot about Yan King. I forgot about Zhue. I forgot about Xing Shui. Doesn't matter. I forgot about it. Okay, I have look, it's just okay. I do have an excuse for not remembering Yan King exists. I've never pulled him. I do have an excuse. I have never pulled him. To be fair, to be completely fair, I do not have him. I can't remember him. Yeah, he's terrible anyway. They made a DPS who can't get, if he gets touched, he loses his DPS. He takes time. He's Focus Punch. He's Focus Punch. His skin is Focus Punch. He's such a joke of a character. He's such a joke. Yan Qing, 100% joke of a character. Focus Punch Letty in. We need to put Sparksy toys. Okay. Now it's support time, baby. Let's go. It's support time. We already ranked some of them. Where were they? Something like this. I can do this. I got this. This is where we were? Yeah, that's it. That's where we were. Okay, we're back. We're back with the supports. I'm sure there were more that I had on the board, but I have no idea where they were, so it's fine. Was it really just this? I guess it was just this. Okay. Oh, I just got a Zillow comment. Anyway, Black Swan. Black Swan just got her Nova Flare. She's arguably better than Hiasin's or Kafka team, which is really interesting. The thing about that comment is technically Black Swan does do the most damage of the three, but she also does a lot of that damage because Hiasin's gives her stacks. She's not as much of a standalone as Hiasin's. It's a codependency. It's either a very healthy or a very unhealthy throuple. I'm torn between the actual top tier and the second to highest tier. What do you guys think? Chat, what do you think? You guys say second to highest? I never pulled Dot. I actually did pull Dot besides Hiasin. I pulled Dot when Black Swan released. It was pretty cool when Black Swan released. Hiasin's can be not yet. I think we'll put her soon to be fraud for now and reserve the right to move her up. This is Bronya. Bronya's a proven fraud. Now, I feel a need to defend this take. I feel a very strong need to defend this take. Bronya, super SP negative character. I've seen, shout out another friend of this channel, Reen, to play his free-to-play Phon, and he had to reset for Bronya's E1 SP refund, or his Phon would not ult. I don't really think I have to say anything else. I'm sorry, Reen. You're great, but that just made me laugh. She's so SP negative to the point where it's genuinely problematic. It's not as big of a deal now because there are better sustains that do not consume SP. There are definitely better sustains that you do not, or that you run. It's not as big of a deal now, but her only use case is Phon right now, more or less. She did get directly power crept twice, is definitely a thing. She's all right at E6. Yeah, we'll say it. She's not bad at E6, which is probably the argument for fraud. I have unresolved emotional feelings about Bronya and not having SP. So therefore, proven fraud. True. Seredra. I have a hot take. Seredra sucks. Honestly, Seredra sucks. I do have a hot take, which is I don't like Seredra. She is a support who is literally only useful for Phon and Phon alone. She might as well be a dead pole outside of Phon. She is the only official Harmony character that's actually like that. She's okay with Anaxa? Whatever. Phon. She might be okay with Anaxa. She's cope with Archer. Best in slot for Anaxa. Is she better? Okay. Anaxa is coached with no Seredra. Oh my god. Okay. Fine. Let me correct this. Anaxa is on. Okay. Let me correct myself a little bit then. Okay. Seredra, incredibly important support if you play Anaxa. Arguably important support if you play Phon. I think you can argue that Sparkle is a better Phon support than Seredra, technically. What do I have to say? Or what else do I have to say? Supporting 2 top tier, yes. Supporting 2 top tier. Sorry, I'm allergic to saying nice things about Seredra. Okay. Seredra. Investigative fraud. Fine. I'll give it to you. Seredra, you win this round. Get you next time. You escape for now. Her currency wars kit is actually pretty fun. But unfortunately, that's not what she does. We already moved Phon down. We already did that. Seredra lives for now. This is a character that I actually do not like. I think she is ugly. I actually think she's very ugly. I think her kit being so limited is lame. I think her buffs are bad. But she lives this time. I do not like Seredra. I do not enjoy Seredra. I do not condone Seredra. Why is she so ugly? What is this design? What's even going on with this character? What is her hair? What is her dress? What is she? She's a chess piece. But why does she look like that? It's so busy. Her design's so busy. That being said, her Japanese voice acting, her JP Seiyu, is incredible. And I never say I'm an absolute hater. Her voice acting in Japanese is incredible. I cannot speak to any other language. I've only ever played Honkai Star Rail in Japanese. It's actually incredible. Great voice, great vocal performance. So you win some, you lose some. This, look at DM. I don't get it. Her head is round. Is that the joke? The joke is her head is round. Okay. Okay. We'll go with it. Speaking of cats, I wish Cypher was better. Cypher, another top 5 most attractive character in the. I wish Cypher was better. God, God, I wish she was better. Oh, why is her kit... Okay, let me explain Cypher. Cypher is a character. She's a thief. She steals damage from your DPS to give to herself, which she can cash out later when she ults. The problem with this is she doesn't store overflow damage. So what she actually stores is a percentage of the enemy's HP. There are ways that you can make this kit work. One of the biggest ones would be to give you that damage on command instead of needing to wait for an ultimate. The other thing is recording overflow damage. The fact that it's a portion of the enemy's HP is crazy because she's meant to be useful with hunt characters. And the thing that holds back hunt characters is because they do 100% of their damage at all times, they're prone to overkilling. You can waste most of an archer skill because you need an archer skill to kill the enemy. Doesn't matter how little HP they have left, you still have to commit those resources. This is the single biggest problem with Cypher. Why does she not record overflow damage? Cypher almost only has downsides for playing her. The upsides are she's SP positive. She does a little bit of damage. The major thing is she's SP positive. She is a pure normal basic attack character. She does have follow-up attacks, and her debuffs do not necessarily need to be applied. They are just applied. When we talk about some of the other Nihility characters, you're gonna understand why that's kind of a big deal. Oh yeah, she's also smoking hot. Oh yeah. Because you literally take away part of your damage to give to Cypher, sometimes that damage is inaccessible. This is mostly notable in currency wars, where you'd love to cash out Cypher, but you just can't. That in and of itself, it's a small problem that she probably shouldn't have an energy cost, actually. Yeah, that would be one of the ways to fix Cypher for sure. You take away her energy cost. Why does she have an energy cost? Strange. Very strange. I guess you should give her two ultimates. One that doesn't take energy and one that does. If you want to incentivize people saving energy for the big moment. Yeah. You do just end up not ulting a lot of the time. But yeah, not recording overflow, in my opinion, is a huge problem. What else do I have to say? Full SP positive, it made her very good with Archer. I think she's technically very good with Sparksy for very similar reasons. She used to be good with Castras. She's not really good with Castras anymore. Also, she does not record quote unquote true damage, which is just an additional multiplier some characters give, which is some anti-synergy with other supports. Technically a thing. But yeah, that's kind of what's up with Cypher. God, I wish Cypher was better. Cyrene! Hot take. Soon to be fraud. Cyrene is the most honest character in the game. Cyrene does not pretend to be useful with characters outside of her year's DPSs. You can't even cope. Cyrene also does have very good Eidolons. We'll talk about that in a second. But what else? Cyrene is balanced in the sense that her buffs are very strong for the Amphoris characters. And the stronger the buff is, the longer it takes for her to ult. This also means that she can be very frustrating. It definitely means that she can be very frustrating. She's best used for the mono remembrance team, which is like, and Castras and Hiasin. She's definitely an E2 merchant in the sense that her E2 makes her ult almost instantly, which just makes her just a lot more desirable because you don't have to wait to get the buffs. Oh, I didn't mention why she's so honest. She only buffs Amphoris characters. If your character is not directly named in the text of her kit, she does not give you nearly as much of a buff. She can be played with characters outside of those directly named in her kit to get extra buffs. It's just kind of cope at E0. Yeah, it's just kind of cope at E0. You can do it. It's not that bad. It's just a little cope. But my big problem is just how slow she is. Yes, the buffs are good. Yes, it's useful. I do not care. Soon to be fraud. It's definitely not cope at E2. It's definitely not cope at E2. Donheng Permasaur Terai. I think that's what it is, right? He's a dinosaur. Dinoheng. He's the Donheng sword. Donheng Permasaur Terai is really, really good. He was free. He is free still. If you log in, he's still free. He's a shielder. He gives an attack buff. He does like no damage. He might as well do no damage. He technically has a good E1 if you did want to pull. You can't pulley right now because he's not on banner. But if you did want to pull for him, you could pulley one. His light cone, also very good. Biggest problem with Dan Heng is that he doesn't really have light cone options besides his own. It's definitely the biggest problem. But there's very little to complain about. He's free. He's free. There's nothing to complain about. If you're complaining about Dan Heng, you're kind of an asshole. Sustain bad. Zero cycle, don't use sustain. Okay, you know what's impressive? If you can zero cycle with a sustain. Pretty impressive. Food for thought. Is Fugue better than Seredra? No. I don't think she's a different tier than Seredra. The difference between Aventurine and Dan Heng is Dan Heng gives an attack buff, which is just kind of more useful than Aventurine. Yeah. Fugue is the limited version of Harmony Trailblazer, or HTB, or HMC. I prefer HTB. Fugue is good with the break DPSs. She is essentially mandatory for Rappa if you do play Rappa. You can argue because Harmony main character can hold dance, that they are better. I would tell you, your main character of the year is usually spoken for. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter even if she was worse than Harmony main character, because you're all going to be using Elation main character. Same problem with Remembrance Trailblazer. You won't be able to use them if you're playing Elation Trailblazer, which you probably will. I really do like that they make the Trailblazer good in this game. I wish other games did it more often. Great free characters, great main characters. These are the 100% the top 2 selling points for Honkai Star Rail. Traveler could learn a thing or two from the Trailblazer. They really could. So anyway, Swan. You know, I used to be really down on Swan. I still am, because she's not fully SP positive, and Lynx is free. That is the thing about Lynx. Why would you pull Swan if you could use Lynx and get more SP? The answer is because you're less likely to die with Swan. But don't worry about that. Swan also gives 10% crit rate. Yay. She's not really a good enough sustain anymore, is she? 12, not 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Can't sustain with Lynx. You can't sustain with Swan either. You can't use either of them anymore. This is semantics. You can't use either of them. I'm questioning if she belongs with Bronya or if she belongs with Bilo. Where do you think Swan belongs? Does she belong with Bilo or does she belong with Bronya? Because she technically is still a sustained character, which is useful. You can lose 50-50s to her. You will never have the opportunity to pull her because she'll never have a banner again. So you can only get her by losing a 50. I'm torn. She's definitely better than Bilo, for sure. For sure. She's definitely better than Bilo. I don't know if she's a full tier better, though. I'm not sure if she's a full tier better than Bilo. We'll go with proven. I'll give it to her for now. I reserve the right to drag her down, but we'll give it to her. She can have this one. Gala Goat! This guy used to be a must-use character. Gala Goat, my goat. Must-use character. This was the break sustain 4-star. Oh my god, he was so good. He's super SP positive. The problem with Gallagher now is it's very hard for him to heal you enough. It's very hard for him to actually give you enough healing. You still generally will use Gallagher just because most players need 3 sustains. The 3 sustains that you will play, spoiler, are Hiasin, Dan Heng, Permasaur, Terai, and Gallagher. Mostly because there isn't a third one that you would want to use. I don't know how high to put him on the list though. It's hard now. It's definitely very hard. It's very hard to use him. He does not heal as much as he should. Yes, Ho-Ho is getting Nova Flared, which will probably replace Gallagher. Probably. To Aventurine. I kind of want to put him above Aventurine. He has a lot of the same advantages of Aventurine, which is the full SP positive thing. And he was very good in a specific archetype. Yeah, he's a fraud now. Yeah. Yepherd. So I talked about, wait, probably got cut out. So I have never pulled Yanqing in my life. I have E11 Jeopard. This guy's my goat. I get rerollers every now and then because of Jeopard. Represent. Yes. And yes, I spend all of my gold tokens on rerollers. I don't think I've ever bought a copy of a character from that shop I've spent them all on rerolls. This is not a joke. This is he's terrible, but I do think he's better than Bilo, or at least I do think he was better than Bilo when the shield was good enough. Jeopard is a really, really funny passive, which is if he dies, he gets back up and gets a free ult. Here's the problem with that passive. Jeopard has the highest defense on your team. He's the last person who will die. No one is dying before Jeopard. It's a useless passive. It's completely useless. Why does he not put up shield with skill? He has to ult to put up a shield. Yes, he does come back with full health. Jeopard's a funny guy. He could never be Lynx. Gwenifin. She's a Dot character before Dot was good. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I got nothing. You're not playing Gwenifin. Hey, Jeopard's skill has a very high freeze chance. What's up with Hanya? Does she even do anything anymore? No. Or she doesn't. Lil Herda? Lil Herda? This is one of the 4 stars you might use? This is one of the ones you might use. She's still not escaping the bottom tier, though. Oh, I was getting Nova flared. So I want to keep that in mind and place her optimistically. The big thing about Huohuo is she was the first sustained character to actually do anything. She is not full SP positive. She's actually SP neutral. She's not even SP positive. You have to skill every other turn. But the cool thing about Huohuo is what you get in return for that. She has an energy refund and an attack buff. Her energy cost is not the best in the world because she won't ult on let's say every 3 turns is what you want. She's not able to do that. It'd be cool if she did, but it's RNG to do that. I don't think it's possible to do that actually. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. I think Huohuo Nova Flare will improve her energy situation, and it will probably extend her buff 1 turn. And if she is being added to the shop, her E1 being free does make her more SP positive. And also, speed is really, really good for the elation characters and for the Dot characters. So getting the free speed from E1 also would be very useful. So, Huohuo, things are looking up. Corin, you did it. I'm getting placed high on the tier list. Yeah, I am going to place Huohuo above Aventurine and Gallagher. I think things are looking really good for Huohuo, to be honest. Huohuo's invest Huohuo coin. Invest in cash sign Huo. Maybe I'm coping, but I'm going to go with it. This is what I feel right now. We like vibes. The vibes are good. Isilins is another one of the Dot characters that you need. I do think she's more important than Black Swan, debatably. So I'm going to put her above. They're basically the same character. Isilins is really cool. She's got a unique model where her chest is transparent. It's not just a texture. It is a texture, but she's actually lit from inside. It's cool. Very cool character model. Very cool character design. You better believe this character stinks, though. She's got to smell awful. She's a fish. There's no way this character smells like anything but disgusting dead seafood. Ain't no way. I refuse to believe that Hycillin smells good. Yes, she has a very good E1. Jade. 5 target AoE? Bruh, we've talked about this. 5 target AoE isn't real. Why don't you try doing damage? Then we can talk about your 5 target AoE. Horrible. 100%. Horrible. Yes, I know. I know characters pointed out too. It's called Unique Fragrance of the Sea. This is one of her lines in the story. I know. Jade. I'll say it. Jade's not hot. Jade's too old. Well, let's say that. She's kind of a hag. She's like in her 40s. I'm sorry. Not attractive to me. It's not my type. I'm sorry. It's not my type. L. Fair enough. You can call me L. Fine. You can call me L. I'll take it. I can take it. You know who is hot though? Lingsha. Sir, she's an immortal dragon. It's fine. Lingsha. Lingsha is very... I think Lingsha's very hot. I don't know. Something about the red hands and her hair. I don't know. She does something for me. She is limited Gallagher. She's a Gallagher you have to pull for. You can argue she's worse than Gallagher. She's really not, but you can argue it if you really care. I think fraud is fair. I'm going to go with it. I think it's fair. Jiao Chu. Everyone's favorite meme character. Or everyone's least favorite meme character. Who knows? The OG what if? Yes, the OG what if. Jiao Chu, he's definitely a proven fraud at best. He's getting Nova Flared. I assume the Nova Flare will make him a healer, which would put him in the DOT team and it would significantly buff Acheron. I assume that's what they'll do with the Nova Flare. If it is, it's good. And I can't wait to see the DOT people complain that they have to put a filthy male in their team, especially this one. I honestly can't wait to see the reaction if they do that. God, it would be so hype. Please do it, Hoyo. Please. Nova Flare this man to be a healer and make sure he goes into the DOT team. Please. Please do it. This guy doesn't matter. This guy doesn't. Okay, fine. Locha. This guy was a Lynx that you had to pull for, but he did release first. So you technically might not have known that Lynx was coming, but this Locha guy's a brick. Let's play Lynx. Just for that, I'm moving Lynx up one tier. Lynx is a character that you can't even play anymore. She definitely does not heal enough for where the game is. She arguably never really did heal enough, but I don't care. It's for the spirit of the thing. Frick Locha. Justice for Lynx. He's not actually going that high. She's justice for Lynx. Lynx, the strongest Landau sibling. Lynx truly is the strongest Landau. Lynx was Natasha plus. Lynx was playable Natasha. There's a difference. Hunt March, don't care. March 7th, don't care. 1 second. Okay. I got a call from the March fans. They're very upset. Don't worry. I promise you, Evernight will get a good placement. That's who we forgot to rank. Evernight already got a good placement. Don't worry about it. Run the clip. Oops. That's who is missing. That's yeah. This is a mess. It's fine. It's gonna be a long video, but that might be a good thing. Misha, don't care. He's a DPS anyway. The way that Star Rail designs its 4 stars is very funny. The best 4 stars in Honkai Star Rail are just limited 5 stars from the last year who weren't very good. Mose is Topaz. Gallagher is Locha. It's really funny that they do that. It's kind of a good thing. It definitely speaks to the state of power creep. And now that they just give the 5 stars for free, it doesn't matter as much. But it was nice for the time. Mose is also the last 4-star ever released in Honkai Star Rail. That's right. It's been 2 years since they released a 4-star. You guys thought Genshin was bad. You thought Zenless was bad. Yeah, free 5 stars of the new 4-star. 100%. Reminder, Donheng, free adventuring. It follows the same process. Anyway, very funny way to design a 4-star. I think it was effective. They don't do 4 stars anymore, though. Mose is actually pretty good. I do think he is a proven fraud. He's still... Okay, he's not that useful. But you can cost chest with him? Yeah, why not? Sure. He's pretty good. Natasha, don't care. Pella got power crushed by Silverwolf 3 years later. She got power crept by Silverwolf 3 years after Silverwolf released. So Pella deserves some respect. Put some respect on her name. She's not very good now, but Pella used to be the hype. Pella was the hype. It wasn't even relevant. No, she wasn't, but shush. Pella, canonically, military strategist at 2 years old. This is not a joke. Actually, I think it was negative age. There's a continuity error with Pella's age and when she was part of the military, given her actual age. Was it she was serving in the military while her mother was pregnant? Is that what it is? -2 is when she was serving in the military? It's something like that. It's really funny. Before she was even conceived, she was serving in the military. Bobbing and weaving. Yes, they did this in the 2nd year. It's a big continuity error. It's a big anyway, bobbing and weaving. God, I'm so sick of her song. God, can we please get a setting in the other settings option or miscellaneous settings option? Disable Robin song. So nice. Please. At this point, it's too late to do it. Please do it anyway. They're gonna release Robin 2 this year. She's gonna sing again. I hope you realize that. You're gonna get Elation Robin and you're gonna like it. She's gonna have another song. She's gonna take over the game again. Robin actually replaces the background music. She might not actually be Elation, but you're getting another Robin this year. You're getting New Path Robin. Robin 2. Robin's actually still really good. The music sucks. I hate the music. Robin's actually still really Robin's an investigative fraud. Robin also might be entering the shop, so that's nice. That's very nice. Ruan May. This character has been in the shop since the shop released. She's a fraud though. She's a break support, so that's cool, I guess. She released before any of the break characters, which was really funny that she's a break support. Break is a mess of an archetype, but she's like a fraud. You can argue for proven fraud. I'm gonna say fraud though. I think Ruan May is still all right. Serval is a DPS. Whatever, who cares? Oh my god. It's Silver Dog. Never trust a Silver Dog. Do not trust her. Do not let her cook. Do not let her in the door. Silver Wolf. Silver Wolf is this game's Venti in the sense that she is the character that everyone swore was good, but was never good. She did finally power creep Hela. She got buffed. I have a big problem with the Silver Wolf buff. They didn't fix her buffs never being applied when you need them. You kind of need E2. Thankfully, allegedly, Silver Wolf is going to be added to the 50-50 loss pool, so we don't need to worry about it, but Silver Wolf got buffed. The buff is very good on paper if her buffs are applied. Problem. In practice, her buffs are never applied. It's especially relevant for me because I have a really good archer build and a lot of support eidolons. HP bar transitioning means Silver Wolf does nothing. Wave ending? Silver Wolf got cooked. I can't place Silver Wolf very high because of this. She's just not useful for me. She's not even usable for me, which is the most frustrating thing because I actually like Silver Wolf quite a bit. I like Silver Wolf quite a bit. She's got Riz. She's got a great design. She's got a fun personality. She's just not useful. Yeah, she's better than Pella. What does that mean? What does it mean? Spark L. Sparkle. Hanabi. Easy S tier. This is the best harmony in the game. This is actually the best harmony in the game. It's not a meme. Not a joke. Not a scam. Not a meme. 100%. Sparkle's currently the best harmony in the game. Oh my god. Not biased. Okay. I have had E6 Sparkle since she released because I got 7 Sparkles and 300 pulls. I got the equivalent of 3 and 110 pull. I should probably pull that up on this Sparkle. So maybe there's some bias here, but I don't necessarily think so. She's free. You got one for free. You do get one for free. She supports Archer, who was also free. She supports Phynon. She supports Sparks E. She kind of has the best Nova Flare besides maybe Kafka or Black Swan. She's very good. She's very good right now. That being said, if you are thinking about pulling Eidolons for Sparkle for the Elation teams, don't. Here's the thing about Sparkle. She only buffs one character, a 4E6. She only buffs one character. The Elation team is designed to have multiple characters do damage. They are literally asking for Sparkle to be replaced within the year in that team. It's going to happen. Do not pull E2 Sparkle unless you're pulling it for Archer. It's not a good idea. Fortunately, it's not a problem for me, but we're not going to worry about that. That's unrealistic. Very unrealistic. You should not pull E6 Sparkle. Don't do it off the entire team. If you don't know what E6 does, it makes her buff apply to the whole team. It's the same as Fugue E6. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. That means she's been very useful. My chat can attest. When I play Honkai, I've never not used Sparkle. Even when Sparkle was quote unquote not good, I've never not used Sparkle. She's only ever been useful for me. Just more than you can say about a lot of characters in this game, even if you pull Eidolons on them. Version, the time is long since passed. You definitely shouldn't pull it today, but it did work out pretty well for me. I don't know what else to say. Sparks E as a support is really interesting. I am gonna rank her as a support. She's very similar to Evernight in the sense that her support utility is she does damage. She's gonna generate Punchline presumably for some DPS in the future. She consumes a lot of SP. Oh, Ashvale? Oh yeah, that was the other one that I didn't rank. Anyway, she consumes a lot of SP. Buff lasts 2 turns, you can wipe up to 2 DPSs, sure. So her being useful for every elation DPS is just not gonna happen. They're gonna make it SP negative characters again. Amphorius was surely just a fluke, where those characters don't use SP. So you can have a pure SP negative support like Hiasin. But yeah, I think Sparksy is very good as a support. Potentially, we'll see. She is a 4.0 character. And the track record for 0.0 characters holding up the entire year, it's not great. Especially if people are expecting 2 of them to be good. I don't know about that, so we'll see. But Yao Guang will also be placed very high. Sunday, this guy got mogged by Sparkle. Oh my god, this guy's a brick. Everyone pull Sunday. Everyone pull E1 Sunday. Remembrance is coming. Sunday is going to be so important for the Remembrance meta. This guy got mogged by Sparkle. This is not true, but he's pretty good with Phon. He's pretty good with Maid. He's pretty good with Saber. He's pretty good with Donhang, like the shield Donhang. The shield Donhang gives everyone a summon, which means Sunday gives his full buff to characters being played with them. So it's good. I do not think Sunday is better than Robin. Honestly, I do not think Sunday is better than Robin. I think he's a full tier below. That is definitely a hot take. It's definitely a very hot take. Who is Robin even useful with? Robin is useful with Fei Xiao. Robin might be useful with Ashvale. Sunday also might be useful with Ashvale. Robin is useful with Aglaea. Sunday is also useful with Aglaea. Okay, I can't put Sunday a full tier below Robin. Okay, I can't put Sunday a full tier. Yeah, I can't. It'd make no sense. The characters that they support are almost the same characters, which is funny. He's more important for Aglaea than Robin. Yeah, that's fine. Robin is never your first choice support. Why is Robin that high? No, it's fine. Am I gonna make a video for Nova Flares? Probably not. Probably not. This will be if this gets posted on YouTube, this will be the first Honkai Star Rail video I've posted on YouTube. Can't wait to see what people think. If you play Break, you literally can't play Break without Dahlia. You can argue all you want about Break not being that good. Dahlia makes a team that wasn't playable. She's irreplaceable, actually. She is her. I don't care what you have to say. Firefly overrated. Firefly 1 tier down. Revote Firefly. You're probably right. I don't think Dahlia should be placed any lower than the top tier. To be honest, I wouldn't be able to do it. Bingus, good 4-star. I respect Bingus. Bingus above Bronya. Topaz is technically the same as Mose. I think she's technically better than Mose. What do I have to say about that? What do I have to say about that? Does she belong? Is Mose too high? I think that's the real answer. The answer is Mose is too high. Where's Remembrance MC? Remembrance main character. Remembrance Trailblazer. Yeah, I am gonna go with it. We're going with it. We're riding it out. I think Remembrance Trailblazer 1 to 3. 2? Yeah, they kind of are that good. Yeah, they kind of are. For now, they kind of are that good. The biggest problem is you're not gonna be able to use them as soon as you have to play Elation main character if the Elation main character is as good. It's the biggest problem. It's time for some hot takes. This is E1 Tribby. That is the character's name. Her name is E1 Tribby. There is no E0 Tribby. E0 Tribby can't hurt you. E0 Tribby does not exist. E1 Tribby is a not yet fraud character. The thing about E1 Tribby is you have to pull 2 characters. Slight problem. You have to pull 2 characters. The thing about Tribby is her E1 is 33% team damage increase. Sometimes it can be more because Tribby counts overflow damage and will continue to buff the overflow on the primary target. So sometimes it can be even more. Objectively speaking, Tribby is the most Eidolon normalized character since Astra Yao. She just is. 100% she just is. And I'm docking Cyrene for very similar reasons. So Tribby does go down. Tribby's debatably worse than Cyrene in general. The thing about Cyrene, E0 Cyrene is roughly as good as E1 Tribby. That's the comparison between them. That is the comparison. That being said, what do I think about Tribby? I have E1 Tribby. I actually have E2 Tribby. Why? because I had to do extra pulls to get the Archer Light Cone, and I decided I did not want Phon on. So I pulled on Tribby and got a doof. This is a true story. This is what happened. I think it was an early pity. I use Tribby like literally all the time. I use Tribby with Archer. I use Tribby with Sparksy. I use Tribby kind of everywhere. I cannot deny how much use I get out of Tribby. I really can't deny it. She's so useful. This is my go-to goat. Because this is my go-to goat, she's up. But objectively speaking, she's here at best. She's so dependent on like extra pulls. She asks you to pull more than other characters to be as good as another character, or better, but realistically speaking, as good. It's very hard to justify Tribby being top tier, but I certainly get a lot of use out of her. I definitely get a lot of use out of her. So my heart says here. My brain, it's here. Where is E0 Tribby? Not great. And that's everyone? No, it's not. Yao Guang. I thought Yao Guang was going to be a dude when I first saw the name. Maybe that says more about me. But anyway, Yao Guang. She's like a Vegas girl. Like a Venturine. It's neat. She's cute. Do I think Not Yet Fraud is too optimistic? Very possibly. Very possibly she's a soon-to-be fraud. The problem with Elation is there are at least 8 Elation characters coming. Many of them are going to get benched. Many of them are going to get benched. It's just how it works. She's on the watch list. For now, she's not yet fraud. It's definitely sus. It's very sus. There's so many Elation characters coming. Literally, most of them are bound to be benched. But yes, Yao Guang is currently a not yet fraud. I do want to give the disclaimer that there are so many Elation coming. Either Sparksy or Yao Guang or both will be benched by the end of the year. Just because there's so many, but it's fine for now. It's fine for now. We're going to go with it. And that was the Honkai Star Rail tier list. It was 3 hours. It was 3. Hiasin top tier. Oops. Oopsies. Oops. Hiasin, absolutely top tier. Harmony main character, they're like the same as Fugue. Let's talk about Hiasin. Hiasin, healer, super SP negative. The best way to play Hiasin is to skill every turn. This is why she's so good with Castras and Evernight. Okay, yeah, Hiasin. What else do I have to say about Hiasin? She does a lot of damage. Doing damage is a support utility. Never forget, doing damage is a support utility. The other thing about Hiasin, her light cone is very good. It's fine. Everyone knows her light cone is really good. It's normalized. You probably pulled it already. It doesn't matter. You're not pulling Hiasin and then being surprised that she's not doing as much as she should if she had her light cone. So it's not a real problem. That girl Hiasin, literally a necessary character or a mandatory character if you play Castras. You cannot play Castras without Hiasin. You can try to, and it's not going to be pleasant. And yeah, that's that girl Hiasin. She will fall off as characters start needing to consume SP, because her big problem is that she essentially is a full SP negative character. She doesn't have to be, but she essentially is. Oh yeah! Now we're done the Star Rail tier.